12 on ESPN, and like so many spots around the country, Lubbock, Texas is getting a healthy dose of Mother Nature right now. It is a wintry mix, to say the least, but kudos to the fans, the students, and others who have made their way into the building. They want to see JT Toppin, Christian Anderson, and the Red Raiders taking on one of the very best teams in the nation in the Houston Cougars, led by Kingston Flemings and others. This is a rematch of a game 3 weeks ago, a hard-fought game won by the Cougars on their home court. Two of the best coaches, two of the best programs in the nation collide here today. And we are always a big fan of something's got to give. Dan Shulman and Jay Billis, and it's either the road winning streak of the Houston Cougars, so impressive, 16 in a row, all in the Big 12 play. The Red Raiders have won 11 in a row at home on this court. Let's start with Texas Tech, the dynamic duo of JT Toppin and Christian Anderson.
The only scoring duo in the country, averaging 20 points a game or better, each one of them. And JT Toppin, the dynamic left-hander, is really good around the bucket. He's averaging 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 offensive rebounds in Big 12 play. And Christian Anderson is going to see double teams off ball screens. Texas Tech going to slip out of him. How he handles that is going to determine who wins this game.
We've mentioned Kingston Flemings, and Houston has so many outstanding players, but it was Flemings, the freshman, who took over the game against Texas Tech near the end of that game 3 weeks ago.
He had 23 points and 5 assists in that game at Houston. He's a pure scorer. He's a point guard that can really handle it, and an excellent passer, one of only 2 players in the country to average 15 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals per game. He's a big-time player.
For more on this game, let's go to Stormy Bonantoni.
Well, Dan, Fleming certainly took over at the end of that game, and as if that result wasn't gut-wrenching enough for Texas Tech fans, but what might make it even harder to stomach about Kingston Flemings is the fact that he could have been a Red Raider himself. He told us Houston and Texas Tech were always at the very top of his list when it came to making a decision out of high school, but when all was said and done, he actually said when he called head coach Grant McCaslin and Kellen Buffington to let them know what his choice was going to be, he was in tears. He was crying because it was such a tough decision. I do want to let it be known, though, it was not without lack of trying on McCaslin's part. He said he recruited him harder than any player he didn't get. He's been watching his game since he was in the 6th grade, guys.
So a battle on the court, a battle for recruits sometimes, again, between these two programs. And Jay, I don't know how you feel. I don't know that there are 2 programs in the nation who don't get quite as much attention and publicity as they deserve. This Houston program under Kelvin Sampson has become as consistently elite as any program in the country, and Grant McCaslin's got a team that could do a lot of damage deep into March as well.
Well, we saw Texas Tech beat Duke in Madison Square Garden on December 20th. This is a team that has a lot of grit and toughness, and they're going to need every bit of that against this outstanding Houston defense that comes at you with traps and double teams off ball screens, and they will monster double team in the post.
You saw Kelvin Sampson, better than 800 wins, first-time nominee for the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Grant McCaslin in his 3rd year here in Lubbock. The students have fought their way through the weather into the building, and this should be a great basketball game here this afternoon.